What's the first thing that comes to mind when you think Filipino or Filipino culture?
I guess I think of the food.
I think of food.
Chicken adobo.
Adobo.
Lumpia.
I think community.
Family.
Family.
Large families.
My nursing mentor.
The military.
All the Filipinos I've worked with.
I just think of the island in the Pacific Ocean.
A mixture of Asian and Spanish.
Something about it being sort of an erased or invisible culture in the United States.
So I was asked to dance, cute little guy, and he said, "You're Filipino, huh?" "Yeah." "Do you drive a Honda?" "Yeah." "Are you a nurse?" "Yeah." And I looked at him like, I didn't know whether I should punch him or...
Would you consider us Pacific Islander or Asian?
I think we're both. I consider myself both. I know we're from that region. I wouldn't want to put myself in either one. I think we're both. Our culture is kind of mixed.
Honestly, I think I'm Pacific Islander. Asian, that's kind of like Japanese, Korean, Chinese to me.
For me, I guess Asian. But then recently, I started to think, well, yeah, we are Pacific Islanders too.
Everybody always thinks Filipinos are we're just kind of like the mutts of like all the other like Asian cultures. Like, what's Filipino? Aren't you like part Japanese, part this, part Spanish?
But unfortunately, most people know nothing about Filipino American history, know nothing about the contributions that we've made to U.S. society.
There are no history books for Filipino American children. As a part of the Asian American community, Filipinos have been here the longest. We're the largest population of Asian communities in 10 of the 12 Western United States.
When there was trade between the Philippines and Mexico, both under Spanish rule, many Filipinos jumped ship and settled into parts of what is now the U.S., so in parts of like Louisiana, parts of California. So there has been some documentation of Filipinos being present on this land since the 1500s.
300 years of convent culture, 50 years of Hollywood. We are Pacific Islander, we are Asian, Spanish American. But above all this, we're Filipino.
I got my hands on every book I could find about the Philippines and its long, complex history. An archipelago of over 7,000 islands in Southeast Asia, one of the earliest known inhabitants of the islands were the Agta or Aita people. Over time, multiple tribes and societies inhabited the islands, each with their own distinct cultures, languages, and spiritual practices, reflecting the influence of Asian and Oceanic migration.
The Spaniards wanted to project that the Filipino were savage. We were not. Because we already have trading relations, we already have gods and goddesses. We were already a civilization with monarchical hierarchy, with concept of life after death. This is a complex civilization.
There are multiple regions that operate differently, but there are many ways in which it could have potentially been egalitarian structures or perhaps even matriarchal structures that were in place in pre-colonial times. People had accepted roles in society, and there was an acceptance of who was going to be an authority, and then you could trust that you're not going to get exploited by someone who has decision-making power, right? Because you all have the kind of same goal. Well, you enter in colonialism, and there's like an agenda there. There's an agenda of dominance, and there's an agenda of exploitation.